All right, looks like it's just about time. We'll go ahead and get started. We're gonna sit up nice and tall, scooch forward towards the ends of the seat. We're gonna open up our feet so we have a nice steady base of support. We're gonna start with our breaths in, bringing our hands up overhead. We'll pause once we get up to that top position, and we're gonna exhale as we come down, okay? So getting that nice, big, long stretch through our body. And exhale, that's 2. 3. 4. 5. All right, next we'll warm up those muscles in our upper neck and shoulder. So we're gonna alternate in between looking up towards the ceiling and looking down towards the ground. And we'll do 10 total. So as I come up, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, we'll start from a neutral position. We're going to look over our right shoulder and then back to that starting position. We'll do 5 on the right and then we'll switch and do 5 on the left. So I look over and back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switching sides, turning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, we're going to do some shoulder rolls and circles. So we'll shrug the shoulders up, roll them back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. We'll do 5 in that backwards position, and then we're going to reverse it, and we'll do 5 in that forward direction. All right. So coming back and around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reversing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Next, we're going to open up our shoulders and chests. So we're going to bring our arms up with palms facing towards each other. Then we're going to open up wide. You should feel that stretch in the front part of the chest. Again, those muscles in the back are working. And we'll do 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Next, we'll do some flutter wrists. So we're going to alternate in between one hand pointing up towards the ceiling. The other is going to be pointed down towards the ground. And we'll alternate till we get to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Next, we're going to do some power ups. So again, I make sure I have a nice wide base in my legs. I'm going to bring my hands down to my thighs. My chest is going to come down towards my lap. I'm going to push big and open up wide. So we'll do 5 total here. So coming down, power up, 1, down, up, 2, down, up, 3, down, up, 4, down, up, 5. All right. Next we'll do our power rocks. And again, power rocks are good for our weight shifting component. So with this one, I'm gonna bring one side, arm down to one side. My weight's gonna be heavy on that side, light with the other limbs. So I can kick that leg out and I'm gonna bend up towards the ceiling. My head is gonna watch my hand. I come back to that get ready position. Now my weight's gonna come heavy to the opposite side, so I can kick out and reach with the other arm. And we'll do 10 total here. So coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Next, we're gonna do our power step. So with this one, I'm gonna step out nice and wide, and then I'm gonna step it back in. Again, we'll do 5 on the right side, and then we'll switch and do 5 on the left side. So sitting up nice and tall, I take that big exaggerated step out, take that big exaggerated step back in. Out. 1. Out. 2. Out. 3. Out. 4. Out. 5. Good. And switching sides. Step out, big exaggerated step, and back in. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. All right. Next, warming up our ankle muscles. We're going to alternate in between coming up so that our heels are off the ground, and then back down and up so the toes are off the ground. So we're going to alternate in between that toe up and heel up position, and we'll alternate until we get to 10. So heels come up, that's 1, toes up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And then last one, we're going to do some chair jumping jacks. So with this one, we'll do 10 total. I'm going to bring both my legs and my arms out wide, and then I bring them back into that starting position. So we'll do 10 total here. Ready? Coming out. 1, out. 2, out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And now we're nice and warm and we'll get started. So today we got 2 different circuits, 3 exercises a piece. We'll have a minute in each exercise, 30 seconds to rotate, and we'll repeat each circuit twice. Okay. So the first one, in the standing position, we're going to do our power step to the front, to the side, and to the back. We can do that either with or without a chair to help us with that support, based on whatever your needs are. So we do that power step to the front, we'll step, and then back in, power step to the side, I lunge my weight towards that knee that's stepping out. And then my step backwards. I'm gonna come back and my toes come up from the ground. So I'm gonna pan down real quick. So as I take that step back, I come back, lean my weight back. All right, so that will be the first exercise that we do. In the seated position. This one, we're gonna do our Russian twists. So activating those abdominal muscles. You can make this more or less challenging based on how far back you're leaning. So the more that I lean back, the more it's gonna challenge my core muscles. Can hold my hand weight to my chest here. I'm gonna rotate towards one side, back to that center, rotate towards that opposite side. So I'll show you on the side what it looks like here. You can do it in this position would be less challenging than if I was back in this position here. So I rotate towards the side, back to the starting position, rotate towards my side. Okay. Last one is going to be our power rock in the quad position. So that tabletop all four position. And with this one, I'm coming to that 4-point position. I'm gonna bring my hands out a little bit in front of my shoulders so I can lean my hips back. And then I may have to adjust my hands again this time so that it's right around my shoulders so I can drop my hips. If you're not able to drop the hips, that's okay too. You can come back to that starting position. We always have the option to do it with the chair as well. So that one would look like that modified 4-point position here. I rock my weight back and then I rock my weight forward. Okay. So if you don't want to get up and down from the ground, option to do it in the modified position. All right. So we'll take off here in a moment. And again, that first one is going to be our power step. We will do both right and left. So as I do my steps forward, side, and back, I'm going to switch it and then do the opposite, forward, side, and stepping back. All right. And we'll take off in about 10 here. Looks like everybody's about ready. So starting with that power step. Okay, I step forward and back, side and back, and my backwards, good, forward, back, side, back, and backwards, good, and starting over with that forward, back, side, back, backward step, good, halfway there, good. Good. Last 10. Good. Almost there. All right, switch in. So we're gonna sit down in our chairs. You can do this one with or without the weight as well. Even if you want to do both hand weights, you can do that for more of a challenge. About 10 seconds. So leaning back and starting. About halfway there. And last 15. Almost. All right. Now either getting onto the floor for that power rock or using our chair for that modified position. I think I'm gonna do the chair just because I feel like it's a little bit easier for you guys to see me in this position. We take off in about 10 more seconds. Good. So that position here, I sit my hips back and feel this stretch. And I rock my hips forward. Can either drop them or I can hold it in a plank. Good, halfway there. Last 15. Good. All right, so that is the first circuit. We're gonna take a small break and then we're gonna do it all over again, okay? So the first one's practice, the second one is for us to work on perfecting those movements. Okay. And about 10 more seconds, we're gonna take off. That first one, our power step series, and that forward, side, and backwards motions. And taking off. Okay, so power step forward, back, side, back, and backwards. Good. And opposite side, forward, step to the side, and back. Good. Good, already halfway there. Good, last 15. Good, I made it. And again, switching for that seated position. We have our twists. About 15 more seconds and we'll get started. Good, being ready. And starting. Nice, slow, and controlled with us. Good, we're halfway there. And last 15. All right, either getting into that floor position, or using the modified position with the chair. I'll get on the floor this time. Taking off in about 10 seconds. And shifting our weight back. And bringing the hips forward, dropping. Don't be afraid to hold each position for a couple seconds. You're not trying to power through. Good. We're about halfway there. And last 15. All right, made it. All right, so that is the first circuit. You guys can go ahead and take a break, get a drink of water if you need. In about a minute, we'll go through the next series of exercises.
If you have your shoes off, I noticed on the last bit that we could either keep our toes like we had the shoes on, or we could stretch out the front of our ankles in the push forward like an up dog kind of.
Yeah,
I was trying to
exactly.
I heard you say the plank and I thought, oh, I got to try that. I realized I wasn't ready to do that.
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's good for.
So we have options.
Yeah, that power rock is really, really similar to like a downward dog. And a plank, just modifying in between the two. And really all the power moves are, similar to exercises in general, right? Like your power step is like a squat or a lunge. So they have a lot of like functionality to it. But yeah. All right. Looks like everybody's just about back. We'll go through the next 3 exercises. Again, that format is similar. So a standing, a seated, and a one getting up and down from the ground if you'd like. That first one, we're going to do some marching. So we'll do a 1, 2, 3 march with a hold. So working on our balance. And then we're going to do like an X overhead press. We're going to alternate in between counting and naming something on the alphabet. So I'll explain a little bit more. The last one's going to be a dead bug on the floor with an option to do it in a seated position. So that first one are marching. So a march with the stick, I like to call it. You can use the chair to help you too, to be there if needed for balance. But I'm going to march. So I march 1, 2, and on that third one, I'm going to stick and try to hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Back down. 1, 2, 3, holding for that 2 to 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that will be the first one. That next one coming into the seated position. I'm going to sit down. And with my weight, I'm going to set it down to the ground. So I'm going to set it down to the ground on the same side. Back up. I'm going to pick it up. And when I pick it up, I'm going to press it overhead. And then set it down to the same side. Up, opposite arm, grabs, picks up, overhead. Okay. So I'm setting it down on the same side, picking up, cross body, and overhead. Okay, So if you'd like, we're gonna add another cognitive component to it. So I know already with that alone, there's some thinking involved in it and coordination. If you want an added challenge, you're gonna sit down. When you pick up with the left, you're gonna name something alphabetically. So you can do your choice, say animals, foods, places, just alphabetically. So I can say apple, bring it down. When I sit up with the opposite, I'm gonna count. So I say 1, down, up, banana, down, up, 2. Okay, so that'll be the second one. I'll let you choose if you want to do that, add in the cognitive component to it. Like I said already, a lot of thinking involved just with the coordination of the movement. But if you'd like to make it more challenging, that's how you can do it. I'm not actually going to say anything while I'm doing it because I don't want to throw you guys off at home. The last one that we're going to do is a dead bug. So we have the option to do it in the seated position. It's going to be opposite arm, opposite leg. When I'm doing it in the seated position, I'd like to do like an isometric here. So as I come up, I'm going to push with my opposite limb. So my hand's pushing into my leg is pushing into my hand. I come back down, opposite. And that just helps to get a higher activation of those abdominal muscles. So if you're going to do it in the seated position, that's what that one will look like. Otherwise, getting down to the ground, I'm going to lay down on my back. And let's see if you can see my whole self here. I'm gonna kick out with one leg. The opposite arm's gonna come back overhead and then back in and kick a leg out. Opposite arm comes out overhead. Okay, so 2 options, seated or up on the floor. And again, a minute in each exercise, and we have 30 seconds to rotate. Starting with that 1, 2, 3 hold with the standing marches. All right, so we take off in about 10 seconds here. And starting. So 1, 2, 3, I hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you'd like to, you can even get your arms. Good. Halfway there. Last 15. All right. Getting ready for that seated position. So again, with this one, we take off in about 20 seconds. I'm gonna sit down on my same side. I'm gonna pick up cross body and overhead. Okay. Okay. We take off in about 10 seconds. And starting. So I sit down on that same side, cross body, up. Halfway there. Good. Last 10. All right. So next we have that dead bug. So either getting onto the ground to do the leg slide with the arm overhead, opposite arm, opposite leg. If we're doing it in the seated position, same thing. Try to sit up tall. Don't compensate by leaning back into that position. Then we're compensating with our body movement instead of using those core muscles. So coming up, give a little push down into your lap. And that'll give those muscles in the midsection just a higher activation. And we take off in about 15. Good, getting started, coming up, pushing down. And halfway there already. Last 10. All right. All right, and we'll start that whole series over one more time. So starting in that standing position with our marching and single leg balance. So we'll take off in about another 30 seconds or so. In about 5 seconds, taken off. Okay, so I march 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. More than halfway there. Last 10. All right. Switching. It's that seated position. And again, if I want to add that cognitive component, as I come up, I'm saying something alphabetically, a word, and then opposite side as I come up, I'm counting. We take off in about 10 seconds. Good. Grabbing across my body. Up. Same side coming down. Already halfway there. Good, last 10. All right, we have that dead bug next, either in the seated position or on your back. I'm gonna get down this time. And take it off in about 10 seconds. And both arms are gonna start overhead. Good, and I come back. Halfway there. Last 10. All right, made it. Okay, so those are the two series. You guys can go ahead and get a drink of water. In about a minute, we're gonna start with our power moves. Again, today, the power series is gonna do on that supine position or lying on your back. So we should be familiar with a lot of these moves already. We always have the option to do it in a seated or a standing position if you feel more comfortable in those positions there. But I would love for you guys to join me on the floor to do those power moves lying on your back. So we'll go over those moves in about 30 seconds. We'll give everybody some time to come back. Okay, looks like just about everybody is on their way back or here. So we're gonna, in that supine position, so laying on your back, our power up. So with this one, I like to bend and straighten my arms when I do it, just to give me that feedback. But you're gonna come up like this with the arms out. You're gonna press down into the back. And that's with your arms, and then also down into your heels. That's gonna lift your chest and your body a little bit from the ground. And then relax and back into that starting position. So that's the power up. Our power rock, you can use the leg to help you out here. So you can bend one leg as you reach to one side, You come back into that starting position, and again, now the opposite side can bend to help turn you to that opposite, so that, remember, our rocks, the weight shifting, so we're rocking with our weight on one side to the opposite side. With that one, we'll alternate until we get to 10. Next is gonna be our power twist. So we open in that big T for twists. Same thing, I can use my leg to assist me. So that same side leg as the arm that's moving, I'm gonna push and bring my arms together. And then I'm gonna come back into that big T position and then opposite side to the big T position. Okay, so that will be our twist. Our last one is gonna be that power step. So now this one, I bend both knees. I'm gonna step out wide and reach, back together, wide and reach, back together. So with the power up, we'll do 10 repetitions. With the other 3, we're gonna alternate right, left. So that'll give us 5 on each side, but 10 total. We have the option to do it in the seated position. A lot of those moves we did today when we were warming up, so that power up, the power rock, the power step, we all did. The twists, the only difference is in that seated position. So opening, you're gonna turn the body and open, turn the body, okay? So that's if you choose to do it in that seated position. Otherwise, we'll do it lying down. So we're gonna start with the power up and we'll do 10. So bring the arms up, pushing down, power up, 1, power up, 2, power up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Next, we're going into that power rock. So we'll do 10 total. I turn and reach towards one side. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now we're next opening up in that big T position. We're gonna twist and open, that counts as 1. And opposite direction, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one, we're gonna do our power step, okay? So stepping out and back in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Next we'll do 6 in a row. We're gonna flow it all together. So we're gonna do them in succession, right from that power to our power step. So we'll do left, right with each. So I'm gonna go through one real quickly and then we'll do 6 together and then we'll do our cool down. So starting with that power up, and rock, and rock, and open for twist, twist. Good, into step, together, step, together. So that would equal 1. We're gonna do 6 of those together, just linking them all together, okay? So getting ready, we're starting with that power up first. So power up and rock left and rock right and open, twist, open, twist, open to our step, together, step, together. That's 1 into our power up and rock and rock and open for twist and twist and step, together, step, together. That's 2, power up and rock and rock and open, twist, open, twist, and step, together, step, together. That's 3, power up and rock and rock and open, twist, open, twist, and step, together, step, together. 4, 2 more, power up and rock, rock, open, twist, open, twist, and step, together, step, together. Last one, power up, good, and reach, reach, open, twist, open, twist, and step, together, step, together. Oof. All right. All that we have left is our cool down. We'll get up and head over to our chairs to do a few stretches. All right, sitting nice and tall, we'll stretch the back of our shoulder first. So I'm gonna have you bring the right arm across your body. The left arm's gonna hug it in towards your chest, just above your elbow. And we can do some wrist circles here. So we'll do clockwise, counterclockwise. Good, and switching sides. Now my left arm's gonna come across my body. My right arm's gonna hug it in just above that elbow. Same thing, we'll do our wrist circles. Reversing those circles. Good. Like stretching that upper neck and shoulder. I'm gonna bring my right ear towards my right shoulder. I wanna make sure that that opposite side is anchored because I should be feeling that stretch on my left side. You can give a little bit of overpressure if I'd like to with my right hand. And we'll hold here. Good, and we'll switch opposite side. Good. Next, we're gonna do a trunk twist. So with your right hand, you bring it to your left knee. The opposite hand's gonna use it on the chair to twist just gently, and we'll hold here. And the opposite way. So now I take my left arm, I'm gonna bring it to my right knee. My right hand's gonna come to the chair and give that same gentle twist in the opposite direction. Good. Next, we'll stretch the back of our head. So you're gonna take your leg and bring it in towards your chest. If it's uncomfortable to hold it on the top of the knee, you can also do it behind on the back of the leg there. Same thing that we did with the wrist, we're gonna do some circles with our ankle. And we'll reverse those circles, opposite direction. Good, and the opposite side. Bringing it in as far as you can towards the chest. And we do some circles. And reversing. And stretching the back of the thigh and our calf. Hamstring muscles here. You're gonna bring the leg out all the way straight. You want to make sure that you're not bending at the knee because of the attachment point of that hamstring muscle. When the knees bend, we're putting the muscle on slack. So the legs all the way straight, and then you're gonna just hinge forward at the waist. And you should feel that stretch in the back of your leg. And we'll hold here. Good, and we'll switch sides. Making sure that leg's all the way straight. Foot's on the ground. I'm gonna bend forward, reaching down towards my toes. And hold that position there. Good. And last one, we'll do some butterfly stretches. So with this one, you're gonna interlace your hands and you're gonna gently place it on the back of your neck. We're gonna fold our body together, bringing the elbows in, exhaling our breath. As I come up, I'm gonna take a breath in and I'm gonna try to pull my elbows apart. Good. And back down, exhaling as I round my spine. Good. And deep breath in as I come up, feeling that stretch in the front part of our chest again. And exhale, we round. And deep breath in. Good, let's do 2 more. And exhaling, rounding down 1 segment at a time. And sitting up nice and tall. And last one. Good. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much.